testimony. Are you with me here? And it's dependent thereon. Now watch this, because this is very important. Verse 3 says, abominable, which means something morally disgusting. And it's normally the worship of idols, homosexuality, and other perversions. Genesis 43 and 32 states that the Egyptians would not eat with the Jews because they felt that it was disgusting. Are you with me here, somebody? It just wasn't morally right to sit with Jews and eat with Jews. Are you with me here? And so God used the same scenario to say that we ain't supposed to sit and eat the stuff of the world. Come on, somebody. Amen. That's what he says, be ye of the world, but don't be conformed to the things of the world. Amen. I know this is what they doing there, but we operate under a whole nother kingdom. Come on, somebody. Yeah, let them act crazy, but we're going to act right. Come on, somebody. Amen. And we're going to represent our God to the fullest. Are you with me here, somebody? They might get saved. Are you with me here? So now, and then it takes us to Psalms 1 where it says, walk not in the counsel of the ungodly. Are you with me? No stand in the way of the sinner, nor sit in the seat of the scornful. God says, not that we're going to find our own world, our own country, and it's just going to be ours, but we're going to walk past these individuals. But because I'm walking past them, don't mean that I have to do the things that they do. Don't mean that I have to live the way that they live. Just because I watch TV, don't mean that I have to act out TV. Come on, somebody. This is the only television that we need to act out, and that's his word. Come on, somebody. Amen. Are you with me here? So God is declaring what animal is there clean to eat. Not that animals that God deemed as unclean is bad for our health, but the principle was for the children of Israel who were getting ready to enter into the promised land not to eat the things that the other people in the land were using as idols. Are you with me here? Yeah. The principle is because there were idolatrous rituals performed by heathens living around them. And around our community, we have people that do heathenistic things. Are you with me here? Amen. The pants hanging past their behind. They don't brush their teeth. They don't wear deodorant. They just spanking just people. Are you with me here, somebody? But we are not supposed to conform to the way of the world. Are you with me here, somebody? Amen. We are to be conformed to the way of God. Are you with me? Amen. You have got to watch people who live around you. They're always looking to stop you from your promise. Yeah. And so God is telling them, listen, don't do what the old saints are doing, complaining and murmuring against Moses. He said, you got to watch them. He said, and you got to watch the other people, because there are folks in church who you got to watch too. That's right. That's right. And there are folks outside of the world that you got to watch too. So it kind of puts you in the middle to say, whoa, I got to fight this person and I got to fight that person. It's a fighting battle. Come on, somebody. Are you with me here? But as long as you got the word, you ain't got to worry about it all. Come on, somebody. The word will work everything out. Are you with me here? Yeah. So now he tells them, just keep looking forward. Just keep looking forward. Just looking toward your promise. Remember my words, my commandments, and my statutes that I have plugged into since the book, to the beginning of Deuteronomy. Now, it's very important because they're talking about their promise. And now other people will hear about the promise of God in your life. Now, it's very important because other people are not happy with what God is doing for you in your life. Are you with me here? So you got these oldest children, the older children of Israel, the old saints, looking at the young children and saying, well, they never saw God. They never saw his promise. They never saw his miracle. They never saw the breakthrough. We was there. So why is it that they're going to walk into the promised land and we're not? So they're mad at the baby, at the desert babies. They're mad at them. And the desert babies are saying, well, should we go with the older saints and just say, God, listen, thank you, but no thanks? But God said, listen, what I promised you, I promised for you. I didn't promise to them. Come on, somebody. Amen. They are not a part of your dream. Are you with me here? Amen. That's why Joseph didn't cry down in the pit. Because the pit was not a part of his dream. He didn't cry when he was in the jail cell because the jail cell was not a part of his dream. Come on, somebody. His dream was that he was going to be the next prince of Egypt. Are you with me here? And not that you're not going to go through. You might go through some things before you get to your promise, but you got to keep your eye fixed on your promise. Are you with me here, somebody? I know I'm going to go through something. I know something is going to happen. I know there's going to be some chaos somewhere down the middle, but I'm going to keep my eyes fixed on the Lord. Come on, somebody. Because what he said to me, I felt it. I know it's true. I can find it in my Bible. Come on, somebody. God is not a man that he shall lie. Come on, somebody. So I know that he's going to bring me into my next place of promise. Are you with me here? Yeah. There was a lady that came by last night with the guy that's fixing upstairs. the apartment upstairs, and she's been living in an apartment building for 20 years. And she, one bedroom, and she has 3 children, and she sat down in the chair upstairs, and she was just looking at the empty apartment. And she said, if you don't mind, can I just dream a bit? And I said, yeah, go ahead and dream. And she said, I'm just looking where, you know, maybe one day God will bless me to have something, and I can see where I'm going to fix it up and put my sofa here and my table there and the room's this, and I'm going to put plant here. And she was just sitting there dreaming. Are you with me here, somebody? Right. And I told her, go ahead, keep dreaming. Just keep dreaming. Dream on. Are you with me here, somebody? I believe God right along with you if 2 or 3 should touch and agree. Come on, somebody. There he is in the midst. I said, you're looking for an apartment, but God might just bless you with a 1 family. Come on, somebody. But you have got to hook up with people who believe in your dream. Come on, somebody. Who knows God and know that there's nothing impossible that God cannot do. Are you with me here, somebody? You have got to watch people who are so technical about things, you know, who look and says, well, you know, this might not work because of this, and this might not work because of that. Well, you know what? That's why God told Abraham to go to sleep, and he walked across the blood himself and cut a covenant. Are you with me here, somebody? Because if Abraham would have cut it, and he would have saw folk acting a whole different way, he'd have strayed back from the covenant and the contract which he should have walked on. Come on, somebody. But God said, but I'm God. I'm going to walk over this covenant, and I know that Jose ain't right. Come on, somebody. But I believe I'm God. I ain't going to give up on him just yet. Come on, somebody. There's a promise hanging over his life, and he's going to receive the promise and the miracle and the breakthrough which God has for me. Come on, somebody. Watch this. So then verse 4 goes on and says, these are the beasts which ye should eat, the ox, the sheep, and the goat. You see, people can associate themselves with things outside of the will of God, but won't associate themselves with things, blessings and miracles within God. It's very important. Because now God is saying, I want you to eat this, but there are some beasts that you can't eat. Oh, God. And it's a principle, because God is saying there are some people who can associate themselves with the things of the world, but won't associate themselves with the things of God. There are some people who can believe God for a headache to go away, but won't believe God for cancer to go away. Come on, somebody. It's the same God that can deliver you from a headache. It's the same God that can deliver you from cancer. Are you with me here, somebody? He's not a respecter of person. Are you with me? You can't box God and limit him in and think that God can only do this. Are you with me here, somebody? God can do it all. Are you with me here? He can do it all. He can do anything that he wants to do. Watch this. So God says, these you can eat. So let me explain to you what these represents for you in your life. The ox represents wealth. So now God says, now I want you to eat of the ox because it represents wealth. When Elijah was found plowing with the oxen, 24 oxen, are you with me here? Elijah looked and said, that boy got 24 oxen. The more ox you had in the Old Testament, it represented how much wealth you had. Come on, somebody. God says, I don't need you to hook up with people who don't understand anything about wealth or ain't trying to get no kind of wealth. Come on, somebody. Yeah. I don't want you hooking up with people who think limited, all right? Who just think McDonald's or just KFC or just Popeyes. Come on, somebody. I need you to hook around. Let's go.